Hi everyone, it's Michaela. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here, and welcome to June's Coffee Talk. I got my coffee. Today is from Starbucks, and honestly, it's not really even coffee. This is an iced vanilla chai latte with oat milk, so it's my coffee. This is what I was feeling today. I got my candle burning in the background, which you guys can't really see. And most importantly, I got a lot of questions to answer. So if you want to be a part of any future Q&As or coffee chats that I have on this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below so we can grow our happy little corner of the internet. One thing I've noticed from May's Coffee Talk and June's Coffee Talk is you guys had a lot of the same categories. So we have seasonal work, wildlife photography, Disney, and life. So I don't know if that's just what y'all are interested in, if it's a coincidence, but we're gonna start with seasonal work. How is your season going? My season is going fabulous. I am on an Endicott and Tracy Arm crew this year, so I have many 2 a.m. Tracy's in my future. I have done two so far this week, and it's only Thursday, and then we have another one on Saturday. So it's keeping me busy, but it's going really well. What are your seasonal work must-haves? I'm gonna do a whole video about this because this question will be 20 minutes long. However, I will say you need a good backpack, you need good socks, and a good attitude. So my backpack, I don't have it with me. It's a Patagonia steel something. I'll show you guys more in depth of all my gear in that seasonal work must-haves video. Good socks. I never understood the hype about darn tough socks until I started wearing them. Spend the money on good socks. That's all I'm gonna say. Lastly, a good attitude. Your life, including your work, is what you make of it. I make the best out of my work. Yes, we all have shitty days. We all have shitty coworkers and shitty crew members and yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, your work is what you make of it. And even if you don't have the most positive experience at a job or at a school or at any part of your life, make the best of it, and it's going to elevate that experience. Not going to change it forever, and it's going to go from the worst to the best. But if you have a shitty situation and your mental outlook is, hey, this is kind of shitty, but how can I make it better? That's going to take you very far, not just in seasonal work, but in life in general. Next is, what's your schedule like? So I kind of touched on it in the first question. All over the place. I have had two 2 a.m. Tracy and Endicott trips this week. And then on Saturday, I have another 1:30 a.m. Tracy trip. Now, we're not starting those trips at 1:30 and 2 in the morning. We're getting to the Bima and then leaving an hour later to go get those people in Tracy Arm. And it's anywhere between a 3 to 4 hour trip. Now, we don't have passengers on the boat. So my crew members and I like shoot the shit, or we nap, or play like our video games. But all over the place. And in between those Tracy Arms, we have whale watches. So tomorrow I have one whale watch, and then I believe Sunday we have a whale watch. So like I said, I'm on a Tracy Arm crew this year, which is so amazing. I thought I would miss the whales, but Tracy Arm and Endicott Arm are just so beautiful. I'm much happier than I ever thought that I would be being on one of those crews. That's all you guys had to ask about seasonal work, but most of my questions came in the category of wildlife photography. The first question is, what is the coolest thing you've ever photographed? I didn't photograph it because it happened yesterday and I didn't have my camera, which reminds me, I gotta charge my DSLR camera for our whale watch tomorrow. But the one day I didn't bring my camera, we got to see a baby killer whale being made. So we were on our way back from Endicott, and it was a trip where we picked them up at the glacier and then took them back to downtown Juneau. So we had them from the glacier all the way home, and we got to see a pod of 7 to 8 killer whales, which is always awesome. They loved it. And there was a male and a female kind of tossing and turning, and we came to the conclusion that they were having some adult time and they were making a baby killer whale. So I didn't get to photograph it. I do have it on video, which is really cool. At least I have evidence of it. But that is probably the coolest thing that I have gotten, like, documented. Other than that, humpback whale breeches are really cool to get. I've got sea otters. I have so many things. Bears. I have trouble picking one. So if I find a really cool picture and I think this is the best thing I've ever photographed, I'll insert it. But that killer whale adult time really just takes the cake. Tips for wildlife photography. Know your subjects. So if you're working on a whale watching boat or you go on a whale watching boat often, you will start to learn the behaviors of the whales or the dolphins or whatever it is that you are viewing, and that will be used to your advantage. So humpback whales will typically take a couple breaths and fluke. Now some whales fluke more than others. So it's also learning the individual whales as well and their patterns. Flame, for example, dependable girl, will always give you a good fluke. Now Sasha, on the other hand, she's not going to fluke as often. So it's important to know your subjects and know what you are photographing, because that is what's going to lead you to beautiful photos. Now, obviously, when it's a baby whale and it's breaching left and right, you're not going to be able to figure out where the hell it's going to breach next. So that leads me to my next tip. Never put your camera down. My arms will be like shaking. You best believe that camera is not getting put down until we leave that animal though, because if it's breaching and you're able to catch it from over here, you're going to get a great photo. And it's going to turn out amazing if you don't put your camera down. The last tip I have is know your settings. So Alaska changes so often. I typically keep it on the same setting or I tweak it a little bit. If you guys want a whole wildlife photography video, I did one a while ago, like 2 or 3 years ago. So if you guys want an updated one, let me know, because I think I'm due for an update. Do you use the Canon M50 for wildlife photography? No, I don't. So the Canon M50 is what I'm filming on right now. This is my YouTube camera, and I will also take it to like film bears or other more up close subjects, because this lens right here is a 50mm, I believe. Sucks at zoom, but it's perfect for up close subjects. Like I'm literally probably 1.5 feet from my camera right now, and it's great quality. Now for wildlife photography, I have the Canon 5D Mark II and a 100 to 400mm telephoto lens, and that is my setup. I bought my body last summer and my lens 2 summers ago, I think, but everything's going mirrorless now, and which leads me to say you don't need the best and the newest gear to be a successful wildlife photographer. So the 5D Mark IV has gotten me beautiful shots. My Canon T4i with my 100 to 400, also beautiful shots. And the lens is 10 times more important than the body of the camera. Don't let anyone tell you different. What are your camera gear faves at the moment? So I am pretty stuck in my ways when it comes to wildlife photography because gear is expensive. So I have, like I said, my 5D Mark IV. No, 5D Mark IV. I don't know why I'm having trouble with that. And my 100 to 400mm lens. So it doesn't really change at all because I just spent almost $2,000 on that body last summer and I bought it used. The only camera gear that I have right now that is new is my M50. So don't be afraid to buy things used. As long as it was taken good care of and well maintained, it's gonna be fine. But in terms of camera gear faves at the moment, I'm sorry to say this, but just what I use right now. I don't really have a favorite because everything is just so consistent in my lineup. The next category is Disney. You guys had a couple Disney questions as well. So do you have any Disney World trips planned soon? You know, I wish that I could say I did, but I unfortunately do not because my boyfriend hates me. No, I'm just kidding. Disney World is just very, very expensive, and we said we will take a Disney World vacation every 2 to 3 years, so either in 2025 or 2026. Now I have 2 Disneyland trips planned, but you could do 2 Disneyland trips for the price of 1 Disney World trip, and I love both equally. Disneyland maybe a little more because that's my home park from when I was younger, but If you guys want, I was thinking of doing a video Disneyland versus Disney World and what I like about each park and what I don't like about it, because I've been to Disney World twice now and I've gone to Disneyland countless amount of times. I used to work in downtown Disney, so I was there pretty much every single day. But to answer your question, no, I sadly do not have a Disney World trip planned. But Nick, if you're watching this video, we could change that. Next is, have you planned your Disneyland trip for this fall yet? No. So I know that I'm going for sure. I haven't bought the tickets, haven't booked any dining reservations, which I probably should do that fairly soon. At least buy my tickets so I can make my dining reservations. But I'm going sometime in September, which I'm very excited because it's June 1st, by the way. So June, July, August, it's 4 months away. Oh, I'm so excited. But I do know that I want to do either 2 to 3 days. I think I'm going to stay a California resident with my driver's license until September so I can do the resident deal, because right now my license is still in California. I haven't switched it over to Alaska yet. So I think I'm going to wait until after this trip so I can take advantage of the California residency package. And then I know I want to eat at, oh God, what's it called? Not Chef Mickey's, because that's it. Goofy's Kitchen. I want to eat at Goofy's Kitchen. I want to do maybe Crystal Palace, Blue Bayou if I could get it. I've eaten at Blue Bayou once, and the food was, oh my God, I would die for that food again. I don't remember what I got last time. It was like a ham croissant with powdered sugar. Delicious. I wish that I could make that at home, but I can't. So I really want that dining reservation. I'm also debating if I want Genie Plus or not. Since I've been there so many times, do I really need Genie Plus? If I'm gonna be there for 3 days, do I really need to ride every single ride 3 days in a row? Because I don't think I'm gonna have time to ride every single ride, because I'm gonna take a lot of pictures and I'm gonna vlog and I'm gonna get a lot of content. So I don't know if I really need Genie Plus. See, this is the things I need to work out in my head, because there's a lot of wheels turning. One thing I do know for sure about this trip is I am not staying at the Disneyland hotel. I did the math and I just can't justify it. My mom lives 20 minutes away from Disneyland and it's almost $600 a night, and I just can't justify it. However, one of my best friends is getting married April of 24. So my boyfriend and I will be back in Southern California for that. I believe it's the first week of April of 24. And he said that we can go to Disneyland, and he said that we might be able to stay at the Disneyland Resort because it'll be a special occasion and it'll be probably the last time we'll go to Disneyland for a while. So the last and final question from the Disney category is, can you tell us your favorite thing from all of the parks, both at Disneyland and at Disney World? So favorite things, that might have to be a whole different video, but I can do favorite rides. So starting at Disneyland Resort, in Disneyland is Big Thunder Mountain, with a runner-up of being the Nemo ride. People shit on Finding Nemo Submarine. Like, I love that ride. I don't know if it's the fisheries lover in me or the marine biology student in me, but I think that ride is a classic and I will always wait for it, unless it's like 75 minutes. Okay, I'm not waiting 75 minutes for a Finding Nemo ride. But if it's a 30-minute wait, catch me waiting for it. Big Thunder Mountain, all-time favorite. This is the wildest ride in the wilderness. And Jungle Cruise. So those are my 3 from Disneyland. And then from California Adventure, I really love the Incredicoaster and Radiator Springs Racers. Radiator Springs Racers is my top one, followed by Incredicoaster. Magic Kingdom. See, this is the thing. It's so hard to pick because it's the same as Disneyland. But I can't pick Big Thunder Mountain because it was closed last time and I haven't ridden it in 3 years. Give me a minute. We're gonna skip that one because I feel like it's just a repeat of Disneyland, because I can't think of anything that we don't have. And I'm sorry, but our Pirates is better, our space is better at Disneyland. Like, there's a lot of things that Disney World has the same as Disneyland, and Disneyland just does it better. I will say though, my favorite thing about Magic Kingdom is the castle. The castle is just phenomenal, and if you say that Aurora's castle is better than Cinderella's, you're lying to yourself. In Hollywood Studios, I really liked the Rock and Roller Coaster. That was really fun, and I really liked Slinky Dog Dash. And Rise of the Resistance, that was pretty cool too. Smuggler's Run, I'll do it because my boyfriend's a big Star Wars nerd. Makes me sick every time I ride it. I have to like sit there with like my eyes shut, so I really don't even get to experience it. But Slinky Dog Dash, Rock and Roller Coaster, and Rise are my 3 favorite from Hollywood Studios. I go to Epcot. I hate Epcot. I'm sorry to all you Epcot lovers. I hate that park. If I ever planned a Walt Disney trip by myself, we are skipping it 110%. So the only thing I like about Epcot is either drinking around the world or eating around the world. So I'm sober now. I decided to take this summer and be sober. I don't know if it's going to continue out of summer and into the rest of my life, but if it does, I can't even drink around the world anymore. But I do enjoy eating around the world because I am a big foodie. So that is my favorite thing about Epcot. I'm sorry, the rides just suck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all you Epcot lovers. I just have to say it. I have to get it off my chest. Although I haven't ridden Guardians, so I don't know if I were to ride Guardians, if it would change my mind. But when we did Epcot the first day in January, I was sick and we spent 2 hours there and we missed our boarding group because it was after we left. And then the second day we just went and wanted to drink around the world and eat around the world. So I think we rode a total of like 2 rides anyways. Last but not least, my favorite, Animal Kingdom. I know this is a very unpopular opinion and people are gonna come at me like, you like Animal Kingdom but not Epcot. Listen, I do. And I will say it loud and say it proud. So my 2 favorite Disney movies are Avatar and Lion King. So it's just natural that Animal Kingdom is my favorite park. Of course, I love Flight of Passage. That was my all-time favorite ride. It was the first time I rode it this past January. I will ride it 10 out of 10 again. Now, it is like Smuggler's Run. It gets me sick, but I will ride it because it is Avatar. And then I would say my runner-up is the Safari, the Kilimanjaro Safari. I just really like it. I love the fact that they are super into conservation. That's another big reason Animal Kingdom is my favorite. I'm an animal lover, obviously. I love both land and aquatic animals, and how could it not be my favorite park? So I really like Kilimanjaro Safari, and honestly Everest is really fun too. We rode Everest like 3 times when we were there, 2 or 3 times, so that's fun as well. I even like Navi River Journey, or I think it's, yeah, Navi River Journey. I always want to say Navi River Rapids, but there's another ride that's called Blank Rapids, if I'm thinking correctly. But I honestly really like that ride too. Last time we were there in January, the animatronic was broken and we only got the like projection, so it really wasn't the same. But in all of Animal Kingdom, Flight of Passage, the Safari, and Everest. I'm changing this one to my last favorite at Epcot. I like the aquarium that they have there, although I personally do not agree with keeping dolphins in captivity. I think it is really amazing that guests can come and see dolphins and have a lot of educational things right here at Disney World. And I think that's a big reason why I love Disney so much to begin with, is just it's entertaining, it's magical, it's, what's the word? It'll come to me. It's nostalgic, that was the word, and it's educational. And everyone just, there's something for everyone at Disney. My camera battery is flashing, so I have one question from the life category, and it is, what's the thing you're most looking forward to in the near future? Listen, my chair moved. Listen, I am seeing Noah Kahan in Alaska in August. That's all that needs to be said. Okay, I will add this. I'm gonna be flying into Anchorage and it's in Palmer, so I'm gonna be car camping for like 2 or 3 days, and I get to see Noah Kahan in Alaska. He came to Alaska. It's happening. Okay. I'm calm now. But that's happening August 20th is when he plays, so I'm so excited! Alright everybody, it is time to end this video. Those are all the questions that you guys asked me. Thank you to everyone who asked me questions, and like I said at the beginning of this video, if you want to be a part of more Q&As, go ahead, hit that subscribe button down below, and follow me on Instagram. That is one out of a couple places that I will ask for questions. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!